Hi, I'm Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping today and every day. I'm always Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping. I'm passionate about stamping, coloring, making paper crafts, cards, and sharing that fun with others like you here today. Thank you so much for being here and joining me. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome. Again, I'm so glad that you're here. I want to share a fun project today. And normally, I have cards that are very simple. Simple stamping with stamps, ink, and paper. I have to think, what is that? It's SIP, S-I-P, stamps, ink, and paper. And today I decided to do something that was a little more complex because I have all those things. I simply don't usually show them. Today we're going to go there. I would like to invite you to please give the video a thumbs up and follow or subscribe if you would please, because that will help me grow the channel, the page, and reach more people to have more fun with paper crafting and things like that. I'm going to go ahead then and turn the camera down to my work surface, and we're down on the work surface. I'm going to bring in the colors that we're using today. It is Basic White, Misty Moonlight, and Pool Party. Here is the finished card, so you can see it. It's so cute and very fun. This card is, the stamp set is the Fluffiest Friends. I'm reaching for it right now. Fluffiest Friends stamp set. And then the words here, I just want to hug you, is from the Happy Labels. This is in the regular annual catalog. With that in mind, let's get started. I used the die cuts that go with the Fluffiest Friends. I put them on some magnetic boards here to help show them to you so you can see how cute they are. You've got the bunny, the bird, a beaver, kitty, bear, and what is that? And like a little chipmunk or something with a balloon. Each one of them has a die cut to go around the little critters. So that makes them really easy when you're coloring to cut them out. No fussy cutting with this stamp set. It also comes with a branch, lots of leaves, several pieces of grass that you could cut out, a really nice, what the heck is this? I know what it is, I just can't remember right off the bat. A bee house and a cave kind of thing. Beehive? I think beehive. Yes, we're going to go with beehive. All right. And, oh, a nest. It could be a nest, or it could be sticks for the dam of the beaver, or it could be, you know, a nest for the bird, whatever you think that is, and then die cuts for that. All of them coordinate and go together, and it makes it really easy to use this stamp set with the die cuts. Actually, it's 11 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to start off with folding that piece of paper. And then the Misty Moonlight piece of paper is cardstock is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So just a little bit less, just a 1/4 inch less when I measured it. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down using some Stampin' Seal. Tend to have to get it started first. On there. Excellent. All right, now then we have the pool party. I wanted to make that like the cave, so I took the cave here because I thought it would look really pretty to have the Misty Moonlight showing through. I used a little piece of washi tape, ran it through my cut and emboss, and came up with this. Through the magic of video, here we go. And that is how that ends up looking. I went ahead then and I adhered that to the front of the card so that the blue is showing through. Putting the adhesive on. And laying it down. The Pool Party piece of cardstock is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So it's framed so nicely by the blue and then the white on top of that. I have the little bear with his honey and Memento ink. That's what I'm going to use for coloring him. So the image comes out nice and clear. Set this aside, close it up and set it aside so I don't get my arm in there. The Stampin' blends that I used were a Daffodil Delight, Pool Party, and Crumb Cake. And I also have bronze. It comes in bronze and ivory. I only used the bronze on this. I have little hair things on here so that I keep my sets together. Beginning with the light crumb cake, I used the paintbrush edge and went ahead and colored him all the way in. If you're using the paintbrush edge, you want to be really careful because it's easy to damage that fine tip. So I have it quite a ways on the edge and I gently color him in all the way until I ended up with something like that. That's the light crumb cake all the way around. And then I used the darker crumb cake to go in the places all around the edge where it shows that he's got this extra bit of like hair and the texture on it. All the way around. Then I also colored in the pads of his feet, going all around the foot. And I think there's like a shadow, a little bit of a shadow here around his foot. And there would be a little bit of a shadow right here from his body on his leg. I also believe there would be some shadow from the honey pot and his arm. So I put a little bit of shadow underneath those. Outlining the honey pot. And then a little bit of shadow under his face. You can see I'm a little disjointed when I'm doing this, but I kind of color in as I'm feeling it. All right, around his face here with that. Get all those parts in. His ear. And then the muzzle, I'm going to make a little bit darker and color it in like I did the pads on his feet. The next color, like I said, is the bronze. So I open that one up and I'm going to add, not as heavily as I did the dark crumb cake, but add a different shade of brown in there because I don't think the bear is all going to be one color of brown. We all have different colors highlighting in our hair. So I want to do that for our bear too. Not as much as I did, as I said, for the dark crumb cake. All right, after I'm done with that, I take the light color again, and this time I'm going to blend everything together, which is one of the reasons why they're called the Stampin' Blends. Because it's an alcohol marker, the alcohol will blend together and help all the colors. So you can't really see where one of them starts and the other one ends. They all blend right together just beautifully. It also, as it dries, gets a little bit lighter. So if you're thinking, well, that's pretty dark and that's easy to see that, don't worry. It will dry and blend together beautifully. You won't be able to see where the pen marks were. That's why this is my favorite way to color lately, because it's so forgiving. And I need forgiving. There we go. Coloring right through. All right, and I have one that I already did where I blended everything together. And you can see how fun it is to have all these different kind of colors on there. All right, I'm going to put these two back together. And then it's time to color in the Pool Party Honey Pot. I used the lighter color first. Going in, getting the lip of the honey pot all the way around to where his paw is on there. After I color that in, I'm going to go in. Sorry, I hope that's not too loud. I'm going to go in with the darker. Once again, I kind of outline it, color it in. Make sure that lip is nice and dark with the blue. And last I'm going over it with the light Pool Party to blend all of it together again. There we go. How easy is that? It looks so pretty. Then I use the Daffodil Delight, the dark and the light colors for the honey. Again, doing the same type of thing. Going in with the light color first and coloring all of it. Then I highlight it with a little bit of the darker color. Finally blending it in with the lighter color again. And there's our little guy. He is all ready to hang out on his card. Hey, put all these pears, put the pear. All right, all done with those. Well, then I took the little bear die cut and cut him out like that. So there he is, all cut out and ready to put onto our card. All right, so you got your grass, and I used the multi-purpose glue for that. We're going to bring in a piece of grid paper and barely use the glue. Just a tiny bit, touching it onto there. And then tuck it in. And another piece of the grass here. I cut out all those little pieces of grass earlier with the cut and emboss. All right, can you see the grass in there? And then another one. I'm going to cut a little bit. I ripped just a little bit of that off. A little bit of the glue. Put it on there. And this one I'm going to tuck in to the side. Excellent. Now we've got our grass on there, our little cave, and our little guy. He's ready to go. I'm going to pop him up with some dimensionals. Here we go. off of there. All right, and I'm going to have it hanging over the edges just a little bit. Nice. Okay, I'm taking the branch, which I also cut earlier with the cut and emboss tool, and I'm going to have it go in just a little bit over into the dark misty moonlight. My misty moonlight gave a little bit of adhesive on there, just a little bit, not too much, we don't need a lot. That's good. Using the glue lets us change where it goes a little bit. There. Okay. As you can see, I have lots of the leaves cut out too. So adhering the leaves on, just a tiny bit of adhesive on the back of those with the glue as well. And this is where you can just have some fun putting the leaves on wherever you want. One of the hives, and I took a Stampin' Write marker. First I made sure I knew where the hole was in that hive and then colored it in. So you can see I've got it all colored in here on this one. And then using the darker of these blends, I made it so there would be a shadow on the hive, just on the outside edge of the hive. And then that I'm going to have go on one of the branches as well. So a little bit of adhesive on there. And now continuing with some leaves. Having fun putting them on. Come on, leaf, you want to stay there, I know you do. That's your new home. They come in two different sizes. They have like a smaller leaf and a bigger leaf. And getting those on. Almost done with these. It goes off of the blues and onto the white, so that's a real fun look. And just a little bit more. I think I want one to go underneath as well. I like how that looks. It's very nice. Now for the little bees. I'm going to stamp some little bees right over here. They're saying, "What are you doing, bear? You should be leaving our honey alone." But the bear is having a wonderful time and he doesn't care, does he? He says, "Nope, it's time for me to enjoy myself." And then the "I just want to hug you" sentiment. When you have these, you want to have something underneath it, photopolymer, because it doesn't have any rubber. It's just the photopolymer stamp. It's great because you can see through it really easily and know exactly where to stamp your sentiment or whatever it is you're using, but it also needs a little something under it. So I've got my silicone sheet, and now I lay that down, give it a good press. I just want to hug you. So, easy coloring with die cuts. Cute card. Let me go ahead. I hope that you'll please give the video a thumbs up, follow or subscribe to the page and channel. And also, if you decide that you want any of these awesome products to add to your collection, you can visit my store. I would really appreciate your purchase. That is, of course, 100% up to you. If you already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that's fine. But if you'd like to use me as your demonstrator, I would really appreciate your support. So Here we go. Have a fantastic day, and thank you so much for joining me.